Ethan has been trying to rack up enough supervised driving hours to apply for his license, but he has trouble getting licensed adults to let him drive. Etta Greenleaf, a woman running for an open school board seat in opposition to an ID candidate, offers to let him drive her around if he'll help her put up election signs for her campaign. Etta has a pit bull named Two, spelled T-W-O. Etta knows the dog must see her as one so that she can manage him. Two has a fearsome reputation in the town, and Ethan is nervous around him, even though the dog has never threatened him. In this next scene, Ethan goes to Etta's house, deep in the woods, to get ready for another day of driving and of pounding signs into the ground. He doesn't yet know that she's been receiving threatening calls from townsfolk who want ID taught in the local high school science classes. When I get to Etta's, she's on the phone with someone, and the look on her face makes it seem like it's an unpleasant call. Two is standing a few feet from her in the kitchen, alert and watching her closely, on guard for some reason I can't fathom. When she hangs up the phone, she looks rattled. Etta, the lady who doesn't hesitate in a crisis. "You okay?" I ask. "Oh, yes, of course. It's just... Never mind. Listen, I've got the sign stored in the shed. It's up the hill in the back a little in the trees. Can you go up and start collecting some? I'll be up in a minute." I head that way. I didn't know there was a shed up here. It's a lot bigger than the shed in my backyard, and it's in better shape. The door's not locked, so I open it and go in, and I start stacking signs up just outside, trying to judge how many will fit into the Forester. As I step out with what I gauge to be the last few, pulling the door shut behind me, I'm surprised to see a dog trot around from the back of the shed, out of the woods. It's surprised to see me too, I gather, because it stops short and stands stock still, and so do I. And then I realize that it's not a dog at all. It's a coyote. I know there are coyotes in the area. You can hear them call sometimes, and in the spring they make really weird sounds during mating season. But I've never seen one up close and personal. And then, suddenly, there's another one. Slowly, I set the signs down and pick up just one of them. Maybe I'll need a shield? Do coyotes ever attack people? As I stand straight again, one of them moves to stand in front of me, and the other two start to circle around, one in each direction. They're surrounding me. I'm thinking, time to yell for help. But first I back up against the shed door. At least they can't attack me from that direction, and maybe I can get inside. I look around to see where the other coyotes are, and coming from the direction of the house, I see a tawny blur practically flying toward me. It's Two. He's silent as a ghost, and boy, does he mean business. The coyotes hear something, though, and I guess they decide I'm less dangerous, because all three of them look toward the dog. Two throws himself right at the closest coyote, but it moves just enough to avoid getting caught in those powerful jaws. There's a snarling scuffle, and the other coyotes start to move toward the fighting pair. I'm wondering if I should step in swinging my sign when I hear a crack. Etta's standing about halfway between the house and the shed, and she's just fired a shotgun into the air. The two coyotes that aren't in the fight take off. Etta runs over to me and trades her gun for my sign, which she uses to separate the other two animals. At the same time, she makes a shrill whistle. Two steps back from the sign and sits down, and the coyote turns tail and races into the woods. Two shakes his head like a boxer coming out of a tough round, and Etta and I stand there, panting, adrenaline pounding in my ears, and hers too, no doubt. We look at each other, then we look at Two, whose eyes are on her face. She sets down the sign and works over the dog with her hands, I guess looking for damage. She doesn't find any. He's panting too, but he doesn't look upset. He doesn't look scared. He doesn't even look angry. Just one day in the life of a pit bull, it would seem. Etta kneels on the ground and hugs Two. I hear her voice, low, "My good boy, good dog, good dog." I manage to find my voice. "I've never seen anything like that. Never even seen a coyote this close before. And I'm dying to add, I didn't have the vaguest idea that you have a shotgun." She shakes her head. "No, they're getting braver all the time, and 3 of them together is something to avoid." She laughs. "Good thing we have a pit bull protecting his pack." "He was protecting me, though." "Sure, you're in his pack now." She smiles at the expression on my face. "Okay, so let's get the car loaded." She turns back toward the house, and Two and I follow along behind her, just like a pack. And as of today, I like this dog so much better than I ever thought I would.